guys? Welcome to another video. This is LiveLifeLori. So I want to talk about something that might be controversial, which is usually not my style, but sometimes you just gotta do that. So I'm gonna put up a meme on my screen now. This is what I posted on Facebook the other day. So basically it says, taking a picture hugging your dog doesn't make you an animal lover if you had bacon for breakfast, steak for lunch, and chicken wings for dinner. So basically, it begs the question, can you be an animal lover and still eat them? So I posted this because, you know, my new thinking, so I went vegan, I guess about a year and a half ago. I started watching another vegan couple on YouTube called That Vegan Couple, which you should totally check them out. They do so many activism events and they're just so amazing, so intelligent, and they just know how to speak to someone about that without getting their defenses up. I guess their motto on their YouTube is going vegan is not the most we can do, it's the least we can do. And what that means is just by going vegan, you know, that's so awesome, definitely not taking that away, that is amazing, but you also have to help change the world. You know, you can't just save the animals that you saved by going vegan. You know, you could also plant the seed in other people's mind. You can show them that maybe there's a different way to not be so cruel with their diet, to eat without killing the animals, you know? So they're just saying, like, you know, it's kind of your due diligence, you know, like basically stand up for the animals is really what it is. So anyway, so that's kind of my whole theory. So I slowly post these. I don't post them all the time because, you know what, I'm not trying to be in people's face, but I am trying to plant seeds and I'm trying to get people to see a different way of thinking. So I was a meat eater for very long. So you are brainwashed, and it's also following the crowd. It's what everyone knows. So as soon as you go vegan, it is hard because all of a sudden you're the outcast. You're the different person. You're not a follower. You're basically going down your own path, right? So anyways, I posted this meme, you know, basically to get people to think, you know, can you really love animals and then choose to eat them? So, whoa, did I ever get a big backlash? You know, it's funny, I don't have a lot of vegans on my page. And the ones that didn't even comment either. So I'm like, so that's the one thing, you know, vegans, you need to like hook up your vegan peeps and, you know, also support them. And if they're getting bullied on or whatever, you need to support them, just like the meat eaters all supported each other, right? They all kind of jumped on this. And anyways, it was a bit of a fiasco, but here's what I'm going to say about that. So if you love animals, if you call yourself an animal lover, that basically means you don't want harm to them. You don't want them to be abused. You don't want them to suffer by you eating meat. You know, so many people are focusing on, well, it's my choice to eat meat. You know, back off, vegan. Like, this is my choice. How can you choose to eat meat, basically an animal, but if you're directly influencing that animal to die? So, you know, people say, well, what are you talking about? Like, you know, I wouldn't, it's not me eating meat that killed the animal. Like, I didn't kill it. It's sitting in my fridge. No, but your voting dollars, basically by you purchasing the meat or selecting meat when you go out, it's increasing the demand. So the farmers are going to forcibly breed these animals based on the demand. The butchers will kill the animals based on the demand because of you choosing to eat animals. So if you chose not to eat animals and chose to eat something else, then there would be less demand, less animals would be bred into this world, and less animals would be killed in this world. So don't think that you are not part of the voting dollars out there. You know, you don't have to be a follower. You can choose the kind version of food. You know, you don't have to eat the cruelty. And the other thing is, you know, if you needed meat to survive, okay, fine. Yes, we are a species, a human race. If you needed animals to survive, then fine, whatever. But we don't. We clearly don't. In fact, it's hurting our health and also the animals. So like, is it really fair that you can call yourself an animal lover and you only love one type of animal? You know, you love a dog, but then you also love cats. You know, maybe you swerve on the road. You don't want to hit a squirrel. Maybe you feed the local bunnies in the neighborhood, or, you know, you see raccoons or whatever animals it is, really. You love horses. You know, but then what about the animals that you were hurting? Like, pigs are actually smarter than dogs. Like, this is no joke. Google it. Like, it's true. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. So it's like, how can you choose to love one animal and then not the other? You're not an animal lover, then you're a dog lover, you know, or you're a pet lover. You're not an animal lover. Because if you were truly an animal lover, you would choose not to cause harm to them. And by eating meat, you are causing harm to them. You are directly causing harm to them. So as I mentioned, I was a meat eater before. So the only difference with me now is that I have aligned my actions with my values. So yes, I call myself an animal lover, but I also don't eat them. I also don't cause harm to them. I don't go out of my way to hurt them. And that's why I've aligned my actions with my values. So a lot of people live their values, but their actions are not lining up with it. You know, it's like you can call yourself, you know, a gentleman and then you go and rape women. Like, that's not a gentleman thing to do, right? So you could call yourself an animal lover, but then you cause harm and you kill them. You don't physically kill them, but you're paying someone else to kill them. So you see what I mean? It's like an indirect way. But we have been brainwashed as a society to believe that eating animals is okay. Eating animals is our right. Eating animals is, you know, is healthy. All these things are a myth. It's not true. You know, if you were the animal, you would want someone to stand up for you. If you were to see someone who was beating up a dog, you would just be appalled and, you know, you would run over and try to stop it. And probably same with a pig. To be honest, if you saw a pig, you know, being hurt on the street or wherever, someone, you know, slicing a throat of a cow or something, you would probably say, what the hell are you doing? You know, it's like that. It's the disconnect that we don't see. You know, we know it comes from an animal. Yes, we do know that. But the thing is, you're missing the connection to see, like, you know, you're actually causing that. That's what people don't get. Like, even when I first went vegan, someone very close to me, I had this conversation with them and they said, well, I didn't kill them. I'm like, okay, but do you know that it's the direct cause? You wanted to purchase that meat, so you paid someone else to kill them. And they kind of just stopped and like, oh, like, you know, it's just something, you just don't think of these things. So that's why I put the post up, because I wanted people to start thinking and start questioning it. And like I said, I did get a big uproar, so which is exactly what my intention was, is to get people to really, you know, get their emotions up. You know, think about these things. Don't just pass it by and, like, you know, think, you know, you're a follower and you're just following the crowd. We've been eating meat for whatever long. We're just going to keep doing it because that's what we do. I don't want to have to think about it, you know. But really, you have to align your actions with your values. Like, you know, you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk too, right? So it's kind of funny that people actually said that they were offended with the post. I'm not sure how they would get offended, because, you know, if you love animals, you don't want harm to them. I'm pretty sure the word love is, you know, you cherish them, you don't want harm to happen to them, you wouldn't want to kill them, you wouldn't want them to be suffered, tortured, you know, anything like that. But then that's kind of contradictory. How could you love an animal and then choose and pay someone to kill it? Like, it just doesn't even make sense. There's no difference between a cow and a dog. They both bleed. They both feel pain. If you start beating them up, they're going to be squealing. You know, even walking these animals to the slaughterhouses, they know what's happening. They are screaming in pain. They do not want to die. So don't kid yourself and say, oh, they've been put on this earth for us and blah, blah, blah. No, they haven't been. They have every right to live just like you do, just like I do. Everyone deserves to have a life. You know, it's not fair that we take it away from them for no reason. We do not need to take that away from them. So why choose the cruel option when you can choose the non-violence option? Like, why? Is it just your taste buds? Because now, honestly, now is the best time to go vegan, because there is basically a substitute for everything. That post that I post on Facebook and also this video is not meant to make you feel guilty at all, because I was a meat eater also. But also, you know, I would hear people speaking about these things, and I would, you know, you just kind of, it starts to question. It's like planting a seed. You know, obviously one conversation, one video, one person, whatever, it's not going to make someone go vegan. Or, well, maybe it would, I don't know. But the thing is, if you start hearing little bits and pieces and seeing these memes that are getting your emotions up, and then you wonder, well, why am I so emotional with this? You know, it is an animal, like a cow versus a dog. They're both animals. So how do you love a cow if you're cutting into it on a knife on a plate when you've paid someone to kill it? Like, it just doesn't even make sense. But like I said, we have been doing this for so long, so it's kind of just been the norm, right? Like, we just never really had to think about it before. So anyways, I do hope that this post or this video was, it kind of, you know, brings some light into that. And also, if it wants to stir up controversy, then let it, because, you know, the best way to have conversations with people is actual conversations. You know, the worst is when you speak to someone and they're like, ah, whatever, but bacon though, like, you know, it's like so lame. Like, really, that's what you have to say is bacon though, as you drive yourself to the hospital to have a heart attack? Like, it's just their comfort zone, you know. Going vegan to them is so extreme, and yet people who eat meat eat body parts. So which one is really more extreme? Like, you know, it's just because vegans are, you know, not the majority right now, not yet. So right now, eating animals is still legal. But I do believe with my whole heart, I would bet my life on it, that one day eating animals will be illegal. I just hope it's in my lifetime so I can see that. So many people do not want to watch these videos, these slaughterhouse videos, you know, behind the scenes, what really happens to an animal to get from an animal, you know, being born and then all the way to get to your plate. You know, people don't want to see that because it's gross, it's disturbing, it's painful, it's like emotional, it's very hard to watch. But then why do you let that cruelty go in your mouth? You know, how is it okay for you to eat it and digest it, but yet you don't want it, it's not okay for your eyes to see it? You know, so there's another disconnect there. But then if you watch those videos and you make the connection, you see the fear in the animal's eyes on their way to the slaughterhouse. The baby chicks get their beak cut off, you know, while they're alive. They just get their beak cut off so they don't peck each other. You know, the male chicks throw into a grinder while they're alive. They, like, I'm not joking, guys. This is like some serious shit that we're not told this. The baby chicks, when they're born, they can't lay eggs if they're male. They get thrown into a grinder. Like, while they're alive, you see them, it's like a grinder. Like, how cruel is that? Like, who, on their first day that they're born, who would ever do stuff like that to, like, you know, any animal? Like, they wouldn't do that to a dog, you know? So how is it okay that we're doing it to a cow? Or, like, I mean, a chicken, you know, it's just not... It's so bizarre. But anyways, so please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. You know, can you love animals and still eat them? Anyways, hopefully you did enjoy this video, and it's I think it is a good thing just to open the minds and, like I said, plant the seeds. That's really what it is. It's getting people to think about it and kind of question maybe their values or how they're living their life, and are they really aligning themselves with the best way that they want to live their life? Are they living the cruelty-free life? Are you causing harm to someone? Or are you living the best true self that you can? Is that how you want to live? Most people are not cruel people. They're not violent people. But yet they don't realize that their dollar powers are purchasing these items. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please give a comment and a like if you like the video. And so live your life with kindness for all living beings. Take care. Bye.